Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with, the third series, Fuel Esports versus Sheridan Bruins of our Premier Division, OCC. This is the final week of regular season. The Bad Moves Rockin' Sustainer versus Ches, Jane, and Reekers. Now, Sustain's going to be a familiar name for some of your Rocket League fans of Fuel in the past. He did play on the team quite a few years in a row, so let's see how he does against his old team. And let's see how Reeker, Jane, and Ches can do off of that break, off of that. They had an hour to chill out. They had an hour to figure out maybe what ended up going wrong in that first series. They're now heading in to see what can happen as minutes already been burned off the clock. Rad moves, keep this one centered as now Reekers has a bit of a runaway. Does get a good touch, but it's going to go bounce off the crossbar. It's not going to find too much. Ches as well is going to go wide as Reekers gets stopped by Rad moves. Already, you can see just a little bit of the higher quality of this match.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we are back. We're facing a Guardians of the Galaxy member, Rocket here, and some rad moves as well, which I'm a bit scared about. But 0-0 halfway through, and Ches finds the first goal. Love to see it. This is huge. I'm so excited to watch these guys play. Obviously, the Fuel Rising did a really good job. Just talked to some of the guys. They're pretty happy with how they did. Super unfortunate they lost, but their spirits are super high, which I'm glad to hear. And now we're already on to the main roster, and they're up 1 going into this game against Sheridan. And it is a best of 5, is it not?
I believe this will be a best of 5, yes, as this is the last match of regular season. So this is not a playoffs match. Not as much stakes, say, but Fuel still wants to win this. The seed. I don't know if they're guaranteed playoffs or not. I don't exactly know what the bracket is laid out for so far, as about halfway through the game already. Fuel, good lead. Reekers, Rocket kind of stuck here in the middle. It's back on the side of Fuel. Rocket gonna get that touch, but it's gonna be stopped by Fuel as Jane now tries to clear it out. And it's knocked up, and it's kind of just stuck in center here. You really do not see much advantage until Ches finally finds that opening. Reekers goes up, doesn't find it, as now see Fuel, they're trying to keep the aggression up. And notice the boost, right? Two of their members have full boost. Now Ches did just get demoed, so that boost is going to be off the table. It's just Reekers, but every member, they keep this boost up. Another demolition here. Sheridan, they're getting scrappy before the series even really started, as they're looking for something. Rocket goes up, looks for this touch, Sustain here, but gets matched.
The big save. It's a really good job there by Fuel. Fuel's doing a really good job, and a big difference maker we're seeing from the last match that Fuel played is the amount of space they get. Sheridan is kind of letting them walk into their end a little bit and letting them get these setups, and I think they're going to need to change that soon, because if Fuel's going to start taking advantage of that space, and I said it before, Fuel usually loses the first match, so to see them be up 1 right now and look pretty, in my opinion, pretty dominant in this game, it's got to be scary, especially if you're Sheridan. I think you've got to start playing a bit more aggressive if you're Sheridan on the defensive end. They're letting Fuel kind of walk up midfield and not really fight for that neutral space as much as I'd like to see them play, but they have a good chance there, as a lot of the Fuel members has no boost, but they're still making it work somehow as they get a nice clear and they can reset and grab that boost at the back. So nicely done there by Fuel. They're down, but they got it out of the way and got it going, so good job by them.
I mean, I think the break, they had that hour just to kind of chill out, figure out exactly what ended up going wrong in their ECAC playoffs, and they've come out swinging already with a 1-0 lead. 30 seconds remaining here. Rocket looks for something, but it's going to get cleared right back into their zone, as we'll keep the pressure up. Reekers not by the touch, but a beautiful center, but Ches centers it yet again. Jane here now, but not strike. Reekers back in, looks for something, but it's going to get stopped easily by Rad moves. Or looks for something. Sheridan has to start getting something started, but Jane hits it in, and that's going to be an insurance goal for Fuel, and they're going to be able to take this first game fairly confidently. There's really no firing back from Sheridan's.
For sure.
That insurance goal is going to be enough.
They're not able to score, unfortunately, 2 goals in this time. But yeah, Sheridan just kind of playing a bit more passive than we saw. But I want to notice, when we get into this next game, a big thing I want us to look at is kind of, Fuel's rotations. We talked a lot about how Fuel Rising's rotations were a bit off in the different commits. And a lot of people at home maybe are watching and are like, how can I improve? What can I do? We talked about the rotations of the main roster team. So I want to, if you're at home, look at when Reeker has the ball, because he's their most common striker, right? When he has the ball, look at where Chez is placed, and then look at where Jane is placed. That's where you want to do. And then once Reeker gets the ball taken out of his hands, look at what he does next. He's going to rotate to the side. He's going to find boost, and he's going to rotate behind the last person on his team. It should kind of fill in, right? So, like, let's say this is Reeker right here, right? This is Jane. This is Chez. If Reeker loses the ball, right, and these two are here, you want to rotate behind and they push up, right? That's just kind of how it rotates, right? You want to keep that circle going, and we're going to see that. They did a really good job of that as well. You know, anytime Sheridan had something going and Chez overcommit or Reeker overcommit or Jane overcommit, rotate back.
Yeah, something you notice with these higher level teams for sure, right? Is they kind of have something akin to, Blue Lock's like ball vision, like how he can kind of see the whole map at any point.
Yep.
They kind of have that. They always know where the ball or where their players are going to be. They always know where the correct pass position is, where each player has to be, especially when you have the ball, right? When Reeker is going for those plays, he always kind of just knows where his team is going to be placed. It's something that's so crucial as you start to get into the higher levels of the game. As you see, I mean, they showed it off. Jane off the top. It's stopped by rad moves.
Right here, we're going to watch. Jane is going to circle all the way back, and he is now the last line of defense. He's going from the top of the offense all the way back to the last line of defense, right? Really good job. And then right here, now he's going to go, and you see Chez rotating back as well. And now he puts it out for Reeker. Jane is going to come back. It's perfect, right? Chez is going to go. Chez is now going to rotate back. And now Jane is going to go. Chez rotating, right? We see Reeker, a good shot.
They're keeping this cycle up. Right. They're never really leaving it. It's always going to be 2 forward, 1 back. They almost always have someone there to contest the ball itself, and someone there. And Jane almost finds that touch. Find it off the wall. Find the goal. Start snowball for Fuel here. Chez, though, I mean, the aggression from Fuel, they just have not let up. The ball has pretty much never been in their side. Finally, just there as it gets bounced off the backboard. Emo.
No boost here for Rocket. He's just kind of bobbing around near the ball. And again, that you see the constant pressure from Fuel. The next time Fuel is transitioning from defense to offense, look at how much transition they have, like how much space they have in this transitioning end. Because Sheridan plays so far back. Right here, right? Chez has no competition. Nobody's contesting that. Someone should be there. Obviously, he couldn't score. Unfortunate. But yeah, just nobody is there. And yeah, Sheridan obviously doesn't have a lot of boost. You know, they're rotating back in.
Multiple times they've been down to 2 players with 0 boost. Good shot there, but a beautiful save from Rad, who's really, playing that lights out defense so far on this game. And
nobody gonna
looks for something, a double touch, but does not find it as Chez goes up to meet the ball. Either Rocket not going to find the touch he wanted there. It is going to get cleared out by Rad Moves, who looks for a little bit of a play, but she gets cleared out towards Jane. Good save there from Reekers to make sure not to let up any. They can keep the aggression up, they got to keep the defense as well, and that's exactly what Reekers is doing. Loops right back around, clears the ball, but Rocket there to meet it in the air. A sustainer gets a shot, but it hits the crossbar. Rocket stops it, tries to keep this play going. You see that flip, stop the ball in its place so it can get set up for the team who has the boost. Rocket had none of that boost there. Now, Sheridan keeping it inside of Fuel, but Reekers has a breakaway here, is in the air, but is going to get stopped. 3 members of Sheridan are there. Now it's back on the offensive for Fuel, and they have boost to play with. Reekers full boost, Chez full boost. You'll see Jane playing forward. He's now going to have to collect some boost, which he does not find. He's going to have to go to mid here.
For a double tap here, and a really nice save there by Rad Moves. He's being kind of their defensive anchor, it seems like. Just playing super far back. Really good job there by Reeker, just keeping up this pressure though. And like, look at this, just this constant pressure. A good center by Chez. Jane obviously can't get there in time. But again, like I'm talking about, that midfield, that neutral area is wide open. And look at Reeker just walk up and just get a free shot on net here. Does it go in? No. But that constant pressure of just knowing a shot is going to keep coming in your face every single time is, annoying. And eventually one is going to go in. And a nice job there by Chez to follow it up. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody is here contesting this, as Reeker just gets to put it wherever he wants, right? And then Chez is going to come.
It's beautiful. I mean, Chez knows he can trust Reeker to place the ball exactly where he needs it to finish that, right? That play, I mean, it's finished by Chez, but it's really set up by Jane and Reeker to place the ball exactly. I mean, Jane gets demoed. Means Reeker is the second one to go. Chez meets the ball up in the air. Reeker's now looks for something, maybe a backward play, but it gets stopped beautifully by Rocket there.
And a nice low shot. Really
beautiful shot there. I mean, just Chez coming online. Fuel keeping the pressure up.
Yeah,
Beautiful shot here.
I love that shot too because Reeker had a similar position, right? And he opts for a double tap. Chez knows that in the back of his mind. He has no boost for a double tap. The other team doesn't need to know that though. I'm gonna kind of fake like I'm going for a double tap, and then yeah, unfortunate goal off the rip. But you shake those off.
You
can't
shake those off. You just can't
50,
think about
right?
them,
It's a 50. You unfortunately just missed it there. Couldn't do anything. But yeah, we focus on the next one here. But like I was saying, just a good job, just good game sense by Chez. Chez playing a very solid game right now, kind of being the captain of this ship right now, and seeing how his crewmates go. If you were on a ship, what would you do like on a ship? Like what's your job? Like are you like the navigator? Are you the shipwright? What are you? The captain of the ship?
Bro has been watching One Piece and it shows. That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I'd be lookout.
The lookout?
I feel like I'm a lookout kind of guy for sure.
I feel like I'd definitely be the cook. I think I'd just be just cooking for the team. Yeah, I'd be Sanji in One Piece terms. Just met him in where I'm at in One Piece. Shout out One Piece. But anyways, shout out to the 1-goal lead that Fuel has right now with 48 seconds left on the clock. And Sheridan's looking for a nice offensive attack here.
Keeping the pressure up.
Yeah, no, for sure they are. And right here, nice job just rotating back, waiting, getting that full boost again. And still, this is still an offensive for Sheridan, but a nice demo by Jane. And Jane going to go, and Chez going to go for a bump and gets out of the way. Rad moves with some rad moves to get out of the way of that bump there. And a shot on net, but just slightly off there. Jane with the demolition as well as Rockets cycling back. And there's 15 seconds left. Sheridan's going to need to make something happen, but it's looking like this is going to stay in their end for a little bit longer now.
Fuel keeps the pressure. I mean, Sheridan keeping the pressure up, but Fuel, they're not going to let up the defense. They're not going to let up the pressure either. 3, 2, 1, counting down the balls in the air. Reekers going to try to get this one down as much as possible as Jane. Going to be the final touch. Fuel taking a 2-0 lead and taking themselves to match point here versus Sheridan Bruins in the final week of OCC.
Yeah, really good job. Up 2-0. This is exactly where you want to be. They've won the games pretty convincingly. Obviously, that was only a 1-goal win, but that goal was a kickoff goal. You're right. That was like it's a goal we're just gonna brush off. They're not gonna dwell too much on or think about. But Leo's smiling there in the back. He's cracking up. He's having a good time. He knows his team's doing really well. They're playing super well, playing super together, taking everything they learned in that first game and that unfortunate playoff loss, bringing it into this game, and now we're going to bring it on in to Game 3. This is do or die for Sheridan, and Fuel could win this 3-0. We could bring out some brooms tonight and get a 3-0 win.
Yeah, they're looking to sweep this one cleanly as Chez keeping the defensive, but now no boost. They have to play back here as Reekers, the main defensive anchor here, but a big pinch off of the ceiling is going to set up Rocket for a nice finishing touch there. Finish it, bring Sheridan first lead, I think, of the series so far. I mean, that touch there, setting up Rocket beautifully, and that's a big momentum turner for sure for Sheridan. If you start to build something up, they can maybe start to have to come back. As Fuel, they're still only 20 seconds off the clock.
Oh, a nice
a lot of value.
Chez in a
finds
bump
a fake.
the
demo just that second too late.
That was
two players are demoed here on the side of Sheridan, and it's just Rad Moves who's going to be able to one contest. Both players who respawned are there. Defense capped here for Fuel. Chez finds that touch. Jane comes off the wall, looks for something.
Yeah, that was really good. That I really wanted that play to work for Fuel. They had a beautiful setup there, going for that bump and then double demo, and just wasn't there in time. But a really good job from the team there, and I think that's something they've probably been working on because I haven't seen them pull it out ever. So props to them, props to Leo. A good coaching, and way to make it work as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't lead to a goal, but it can in another instance. You're half a second too late to get that last demo, but still did a really good job. And Fuel is going to go and push this defense to offense here as they're looking to transition. Chez going to come up and challenge this and loses this 50. This could be big here for Sheridan, but no, Reeker, nice clear there into the side. Unfortunately, centers it a little bit.
Bad moves, now a little bit of an opener. Bounce off the backboard. Chez going to be able to clear that one to the side. A Rocket, yet again, looking for something.
Flip reset, but doesn't even use it.
Doesn't use it, yeah, gets that flip reset, but just says, just going to let the ball fall, hoping maybe their team was there to follow up. Instead, Fuel keep the advantage. Stainer and Chez going to meet head on. Just going to get the advantage there as keep the pressure up. Fuel, Jane missing the ball just slightly as Reekers now has to play a little bit more defensive here. Reekers gets that touch, but it's still bouncing towards their goal. Jane forced to play defense here, gets that save. Now it's back to center. Chez with an open net, and he's going to bury that one deep to take Fuel tied up 1-1.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through the game, and it is already 1-1. A really close game. This reminds me of last game with, kind of how close the score was. But can Fuel take it home and win 3-0, or is Sheridan going to get another goal here and, live to see another game? I'd love to watch some more Rocket League, but obviously, I want Fuel to win. So, it's a win-win for me as long as in the end Fuel gets a W, and there's going to be a good chance here as the ball's in the air. Chez keeping it up in the air. That's what you want to do. You just want to keep being a pest, and eventually you're going to score. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's textbook, right? We were talking about it earlier. They play around this backboard, right? They keep it up. They keep it bouncing off of the backboard, and then eventually you're going to find that opening. As they keep that cycle going, right? They keep rotating to make sure there's always someone in a striking position. After one person goes up, the other one falls back, right? Which means Jane finds the opening. Now, Stainer looking for something off of the kickoff. He doesn't seem to find it. Now Jane back off of the wall, looks for something here, but he's going to go a little bit too far. The ball not going to follow him the full way. Stainer looking for something here, trying to find any sort of momentum here as they can bring it within even. Rocket finds it, but Jane is there to easily save that one. These basic goals are not going to go in. These basic shots. Chez looking for an air dribble, but it's not going to find its mark. It does. Another shot on goal, and it keeps the ball in their side. Reekers finds one, finds a demo. Now Jane and Reekers are open, and Jane's just going to bury that one in cleanly off of a great demo for Reekers here onto sustain. Means that there's nobody to follow the ball. Jane gets there, and Rocket and Rad moves are just a little too. Rocket goes high, but Jane shoots it low.
Yeah, it's a nice shot, and honestly, Reeker sets it up nicely, but that's a really tough shot to finish. That angle, for one, is tough, and then also shooting it kind of under Rocket there. He was coming in super hot. He knew that. He's going to shoot it low and shoot it kind of behind him, right? So he can't just stop his car right away. So a really good shot there by Jane. Jane doing a great job this game. I believe he has another goal as well. I think he has two.
Yeah, he's two goals this game so far.
Very, very impressive by Jane. This is what I was talking about. He wins you games. He's not over technical, but that shot, that shot's pretty technical in my opinion. But it's a great job of always being kind of in the right spot and in providing what the team needs at any given moment, right? Sometimes he's that defensive anchor. Sometimes he's our primary scorer. Other times he's just kind of that neutral guy hanging out in the midfield, making sure nothing gets by him. That's a free shot. So really good job by the team. Just doing a phenomenal job tonight.
1 minute on the clock here as Fuel trying to bury it home. They get another goal. An extra insurance goal would be quite nice, and that's exactly what Jane's trying to find.
Save.
A beautiful save, though, from Rad Moves there is going to stop that in the tracks. But Fuel, they're not letting up the offensive as faces that one mid. Jane just trying to keep it in this side. Reeker now bounces it off the corner. There's no one to follow up as Rocket now goes in the air. 50. Sustainer just popped straight up. 30 seconds left. 2 goals here for Sheridan. Reekers going for some aerial plays. He's not going to find anything off of it. If they can keep the ball on this side of the field, they're pretty much guaranteed to take this one. As Sheridan now starts some sort of offense here. Reekers is there to stop it. Gets it past one. Radmus Sustainer forced to back off here. 8 seconds counting. Sustainer looks for something here. Does not get it past Jane, though, as Chez and Reekers here to clear it out. Fuel
is going to win this game. Nicely done by Fuel as they win 3-1 last game. Leo is happy. He's talking to... Sorry, what is it?
That's a 3-0. You said 3-1?
That's the game that we... the game we just...
Yeah, you're right. My fault.
No, you're good. You're good. But, yeah, 3-1 win there. It solidifies the sweep, 3-0. A nice little best of 5. Really quick best of 5 as well. No OTs, not a crazy amount of goals, getting it in and getting it out. And yeah. And, the coaching doesn't end. Even though you win 3-0, Leo's still there, talking to them, probably telling them some things, right? And, yeah, so really good job, though. Very impressed, especially after losing a hard-fought battle in playoffs to then come back and win 3-0. very impressed with the team and how they played tonight.
And just clean plays all around, right? There wasn't much fuss. There wasn't over, scrappiness. It was just clean Rocket League, clean standard cyclic Rocket League, right? You saw those plays around the offense. You saw the backboard plays, the plays you were talking about from the game one of the first series, right? The plays that you were explaining. It's exactly what they did, and it brought them success. A 3-0 victory versus Sheridan Bruins.
Yeah,
If
great
you'll
job.
end the night on a high note.
Yeah, bring your brooms out, right? It's a little sweep. And we're gonna see if we are gonna do an interview. We are not sure, so stick around to see if we have that. But we will be right back very shortly. We are back with Jane. You've never seen him in person. We're going to do a quick little interview. I'm super excited. Jane, how many goals did you score in that last match? Do you remember by any chance?
I don't remember. Maybe around 4.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So my question to you is, you guys, right, you guys go down in that last game, 1-0, but then you come out and win, 4-1? How does it feel, overcoming being down 1? Like, is it kind of better than winning right away, or do you like that challenge off the start?
Yeah, I like the challenge, I think. It makes it more interesting.
I like that answer.
And a lot of the goals I score are pretty much spoon-fed to me from Reeker, so.
That's all right, dude. We always need a carry.
Yeah.
No, you get them set up, but you're the one to finish them off. That's kind of the important part, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think, taking you back, I want to know, what was the difference, how did you guys bounce back? You unfortunately lost your first series, right? You had that hour break as Rising was playing.
Yeah.
What did you guys, talk about? What was the change going into this series where you came out completely swinging and dominant win?
To be honest, we kind of just moved on and forgot about it. We played some ranked, talked about it, and we came in with a good mindset to this series. Yeah. And then it went well, so.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Cool enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, thank you very much. You guys have playoffs for that league after, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was the last game.
Yeah, and we're going to see the schedule for the next week. I almost forgot what schedule. But, we got Rocket League today. Obviously, got some Overwatch, more Overwatch, but Rocket League as well.
We got CEN next week, so we have a bunch of our different titles. Not all are in the mag, but we have, I believe, Overwatch, Valorant, League, Rocket League, and I want to say COD, maybe one of the games. So options for all of these games. Not everything's set yet. We don't know the full schedule, but be on the lookout for our streams. We'll be streaming pretty much all of the games at some point, or at least one team, one game of each team. Make sure you follow all of our socials, Fanshawe Fuel everywhere to keep up to date. Join our Discord as well. With that, I've been Newt.
I've been Elson, and if you want to see Jane and I, you can see us next Thursday as well. I believe we'll be playing. So, yeah, but have a great night, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you.